When you're in trouble...
Oh, how so?
When you're in trouble, you just do what Essendon's done. You've had nothing but bad news thrown at you for 2 or 3 days about the Wangaratta fiasco. What do? You get one of your journos who's on side, Robbo, you give him a little story. Not a fair income story just yet because they haven't signed the deal, but you say, Robbo, if you want to go with something, we're very close with Michael Hurley. Any chance you can get that in the paper tomorrow? Lo and behold, back page, Essendon suite.
You are a wanker, Andy Marr. And I'll be honest, I didn't know that was coming, but I'll say it again, you are a wanker. To insinuate that Essendon deliberately rang me and gave me a story on Michael Hurley to offload a little bit of the criticism coming their way is professionally insulting. Don't do that, pal, because if you do, I'll start coming back on you, and I don't particularly want to do that. I've been chasing that story for about 5 days now. I thought I got it up on Friday to go in Saturday's paper, far ahead of what happened over the weekend. OK?
As the AFL competition remains in lockdown, clubs are desperately trying to sift through the growing financial wreckage, and the R word keeps bobbing up: refunds. Eddie Maguire joins us head of Footy Classified tonight. Eddie, come on now. As club president, what's your stance on members wanting their money back?
Tony, it's as simple as this, mate. If you don't have members, you don't have a club. A club that has no members is a memory. So we need our members to stick with us as much as we can. If our supporters or anyone gets into financial hardship, speak to us. We are there together because the members are the club. It's not as if we're privately owned. It's not as if we spend the money profligately. This is all about sticking together through tough times. And I can tell you, and you know the history of the Collingwood Football Club, we were founded in the darkest times of depression in the 1890s and got through by building the stands at Victoria Park with sustenance workers and all that sort of stuff. So, Tony, I'm just telling you, it's as simple as this.
I know, but if someone comes to you now, if a member comes to you now and says, I've lost both my jobs, I need my money back, you would say...
Tony, you've got to listen to me, mate. We are in it together. We look after our members. They're parts of our family.
Would you give the money back?
Tony, if you came to me and said, Ed, I need a loan at the moment, do you reckon I'd help you? Of course we would. OK, but what we don't want to do is have a run on clubs because the membership is keeping us alive at the moment. We've got no visibility. I came in tonight, drove along, I saw a kid, 7 years of age, walking along today in his Essendon jumper. And I looked at him and I thought, he's probably generational Essendon supporter there. He's got so much to look forward to. If you believe that the clubs and AFL football's important, please stick with us at the moment. You're not listening to me, Tony. You're trying to get a headline. And this is what we don't need at the moment. No, mate.
I'm not trying to get a headline, Eddie. I'm trying to get an answer. If a member comes to you, if a member comes to you and says they want their money back, will you give the money back?
Tony, I just said to you, if you've got financial hardship, speak to your club. We're there to help you. We always do. We do this year in, year out with people who've got financial hardship. What I'm saying to you, though, Tony, is this is more than just a transaction. This is people who love their club, and it means more to them. Now, Tony, you want to hear what the answer is, or do you want to keep asking questions?
No, we're running out of time, but you can love your club without actually putting your hand in your pocket too, Eddie.
And, Tony, if we don't have enough people putting their hand in the pocket, there will be no club. It's as simple as that.
OK, unfortunately, there's a lot of empty pockets, Ed. Anyway, you're nice
and... they'll be looked after, Tony. Don't make this into people taking money out of people's pockets. Don't line me up with a smart-ass last line, OK? This is desperate stakes, and don't try and make a headline.
I'm not trying to make a headline, Eddie.
Right?
Anyway,
so, mate,
there'll be more in Footy Classified tonight.
They must stick with their supporters, OK?
Righto. Eddie, thank you for joining us.
I questioned them after the Gold Coast loss and then weeks since then.
Yep,
and I stand by everything I said, probably except Jared Waite, who at that time I said had been a failure at the North Melbourne Footy Club, and clearly since then he played a game that probably was worth the cost to pick him up alone yesterday. It depends how you define success though, Gary, because they have got some brave decisions they still need to make. And I would hate to think that win and maybe next weekend's win...
Don't worry about that, Hutchie.
...stops them from making...
Because they're in contention. Don't worry about that.
No, they're not a premiership contender. They're not. They're a 5 to 8 team, just like they were a week ago.
Says who?
Gary, they can't win the flag.
Hutchie, they're in contention.
If they make a preliminary final...
Hutchie's dug himself so far into a hole now, he can't get himself out.
How can you say by making a preliminary final 2 years in a row, a club that was on its knees a few years ago in an 18-team competition, that's not good enough?
If your aim is to make second week of finals...
No, their aim's to win the premiership.
If that's how you define success...
You're not listening. Their aim's to win the premiership.
They can't win with this team.
Well, that's according to you.
And they're not close.
You could be wrong.
And they think they're close.
No, you could be wrong. You thought Richmond were a huge chance to win the premiership. You were...
I thought they'd make the prelim.
No, you were wrong.
Yeah,
and you could be wrong here. Because what they're doing is continuing to defy you. And that's embarrassing
but
for you.
you rate success differently than what I do. I think we play to win the flag.
Well, hang on, you told me that Collingwood are closer to winning the flag.
The North,
well, guess
yes, they
what?
are.
Guess what, Hutchie? They ain't, mate, because they're drinking beer somewhere.
No,
they're not closer.
I don't want to belittle the effort. It was a fantastic win, and I think they'll win again this week.
Well, OK, now you're not making any sense.
Successful season.
Hang on, for the second year in a row, you concede that they are going to be in the final four in a prelim in contention.
It depends how you define success, Gary.
Well,
I don't think...
Hey,
I think we either win or we don't win.
I'll define it in this way. They've got a hell of a better chance than Collingwood, champ, right now.
This season?
Because they ain't playing.
Yeah, but they can't... North aren't a premiership contender.
No, according to you.
This season, yes.
Yeah,
that's why we're here.
And you could
give an opinion.
You could be wrong.
That's my opinion.
And you could be wrong, and they keep serving it up to you. Brad Scott?
I love it. I reckon he's coached unbelievably well after the back. Well, they've got players 30, 31, 32
they've all
years old.
signed
About
on.
8 or 9 of them. They can't play all of them and expect to win a flag in the next 2 years.
Actually, they've got kids, mate. They have got some kids.
Yeah, I want to see more of them.
Yeah, one of them was Taylor Garner, who played on the weekend, who you didn't think could play.
No, I never said that.
Hang on. Had a massive,
do not put words in my mouth.
Massive impact on
You've had 10 weeks of doing this.
You keep telling us how...
Don't put words in my mouth.
I can pull them out any day you want.
I've never said that. I've actually said I want to see more of these kids play.
Yeah, well, OK, Jacobs and Brown are playing.
Jacobs fantastic.
Brown's playing consistent footy.
Yeah.
OK, they've got young kids that they took in the draft. Durden, who hasn't played yet. They've still got McDonald in the wings. Actually, you make out like
exactly.
This is it.
Play them.
I think they're getting it right.
More
Don't you think they're getting it right at the moment?
I think they're playing to win week 1 or week 2 of finals at the moment. And I'd like to see them in the off-season.
That's insulting, Hutchie. That is the greatest insult you could ever... And if Brad Scott was here, you wouldn't have the courage to turn around to him and say, you're only playing to win one final.
That's my opinion.
No. Would you say to Brad Scott, listen, Brad, you're only playing to win one final?
I'm wrapped for them winning yesterday.
That's what you just said. You think they're playing to win one final.
It depends how you define success.
That is the greatest insult you could put on a footy club.
I think that they have got some decisions to make on their list.
I think they're embarrassed, and they're...
I'm happy for them.
No, that comment you just made sums up your attitude to this footy club, and that's an insult to them, and I think it's embarrassing.
I'm wrapped for them.
No, you just said they're playing to win one final.
I think that this team that they have now can't win it.
To say that they are playing just to win a final is insulting to that football club and everyone who works their backsides off in it.
All I'm saying is
that's a bad comment,
that this current team cannot win the flag, and that's what we're judged on AFL footy.
That's different. You just said you think they're playing to win one final. That's an insult.
I think this current team needs
that's different, mate.
Some change of blend to go the next step.
Well, we'll see.
And I hope they get a Treloar or a
Yarn.
We are.
How can you treat the greatest game player in the history of the game like that by him not knowing, walking off without any fanfare? Everyone would say that is a disgraceful way to treat Brent Harvey.
Brent Harvey wanted to know the answer to that question for the last 6 weeks. So why does he get told before round 23? What's changed between round 18 and round 23?
Because, Damo, he hasn't fronted the coach the way he did on Tuesday and said, right, I'm not leaving this room until you tell me. Are you happy for him to walk off a ground in a losing final with no one knowing if he's finished
in
or
a losing
not,
final?
And then be told
the finals, no, it's not about the finals, it's about round 23.
No,
Damo, what about this?
Don't avoid the question, mate. Are you happy for Brent Harvey?
You know what? He's had 21 years,
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I don't think it is okay.
Damo, I'm happy
that's
for
where
that.
you and
Damo, what about
I don't think
this?
it is okay.
James Magnuson. Sorry, mate. I know I said last week I wasn't really in love with swimming, and this is one of the reasons why this morning. Where was the Olympic spirit from this bloke? He's happy to talk. No, don't get on your...
Don't give him the Olympic spirit. What, do you think he didn't try or something?
No, it's not about that. It's about what he did afterwards.
Mate, that was raw emotion. He was devastated. I'm not saying...
I thought it was my hero.
All right. Well,
sorry? You can defend him in a second.
Okay.
He asked us to listen to him when he's doing all these adverts and, I'm the best and rah, rah, rah.
So you like Sports Comedy robots there?
Is it still my hero?
No.
You talk then.
No, do you like Sports Comedy robots?
You talk. I want him to talk to the Australian people. If Adam Scott can talk after losing the British Open, and Liesl Jones can get up after the whole country or half the country and the media has accused her of being fat, and she can front the media and front us back here, James Magnuson can do that. Because we as taxpayers are putting him over there. He's taken money and says, come on, let's when I'm trying to sell advertising, listen to me.
He's not about the advertising. I mean, they all get involved in that.
I don't care, but he should talk to the media.
Jared is over there. He's calling for the ABC.
I'm surprised. I just thought, as a media person...
he made a lot of mistakes, obviously.
He should talk to the media.
I think we want them to be people. I think he played the wrong hand in being overconfident before. I totally agree with that. But afterwards, straight after the race, and it would be much better if he was like Adam Scott or whatever, but Adam Scott's like that all the time. He's always placid. That's not Magnussen's disposition to be like that. And yes, he should have handled himself better, but that was just him. That was the raw disappointment. And they only had, as Gerard was saying, they only had one plan. My criticism is they had one plan. He was meant to be ahead. When he wasn't, they were stuffed.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Anyway.
But I thought he treated the Australian watching public with disrespect.
Okay.
He's sad. We're all sad. But, don't just walk away. That to me was just not good. I'd say I have a go at footballers for doing this as well. Because...
It's a bit different.
No, not really,
well,
mate.
It's once every 4 years you get the crack in the Olympics.
So bloody what? Seriously.
Yeah.
It's a swimming race at the Olympics, and well done. It's a very important sporting event. Very important. But if you lose and every other athlete around is talking to the media and telling us how you feel, tell us how you feel. Because we're in this together.
He couldn't speak, mate. He couldn't speak.
Well, yeah,
did you see the days he was in? He was walking around in the days.
No worries. OK. Adam Scott.
You're handling it well.
No, I'm still talking.
Well, barely.
Barely?
Well, you are. You've sucked up.
Me?
Yeah. All right.
I've sucked up.
Yes.
Your voice went really high and your face has gone all
flushed.
Well,
you wanted to shut up before and you said, well, you take over then. You do my hero. Anyway, let's go to Scott Thompson and the fact that he's got off.
Terrific, this.
He hasn't sucked up tonight, that's for sure. He's very, very happy with the match review panel.